Survive this trial, or watch your world burn.
If we fail this test, we lose everything.
In the year 2020, humanity was suddenly brought to its knees by something too small to see. The coronavirus spread across borders with terrifying speed. Streets emptied, markets closed, schools and offices shut down. People were locked in their homes, fearful of the unseen enemy. For the common man, it was a disease. For governments, it was a crisis. But for a few scientists, it became a mystery much deeper than anyone could imagine. Dr. Emma, a virologist, and Dr. Zain, a geneticist, were part of an international team tasked with studying the virus. At first, they worked like everyone else, analyzing mutations and transmission. But soon they noticed something strange. The virus's genetic sequence carried unusual, repeating patterns, almost like a hidden code. These patterns were too perfect, too deliberate, and did not match any known natural process. The more they studied, the stranger it became. One night, while running simulations, Dr. Zain discovered that certain sequences in the genome mirrored mathematical constants, like pi and the golden ratio. "This isn't random," he told Emma. "It's almost as if someone designed it." Emma, though skeptical, couldn't deny the evidence. The virus, they began to suspect, was not a natural creation at all. Curiosity turned into obsession. For weeks, they worked secretly, running the viral code through advanced decryption programs. Finally, after countless attempts, the code unlocked, and what appeared left them speechless. A holographic projection emerged, displaying a tall, luminous alien figure. In a deep, resonating voice, it declared, "We are testing your species. Survive this trial, and you will gain entry to our world." The revelation was staggering. It meant the pandemic was not merely a health crisis, but a cosmic exam, deliberately unleashed by an advanced civilization. Shocked, Emma and Zain reported their discovery to higher authorities. But instead of informing the public, governments classified the information as top secret. They feared panic. Only a handful of leaders now knew that humanity was in the middle of an interstellar test. While the public suffered in silence, secret research programs intensified. Hidden labs studied the virus not just for vaccines, but for its deeper secrets. During one experiment, Emma discovered something extraordinary. When virus particles were exposed to a powerful red laser, space itself rippled as if reality was bending. For a few seconds, a small wormhole flickered into existence before collapsing. It was the first proof that the virus was not just biological. It was technological. This discovery sparked Project Exit, a covert global mission. The plan: to stabilize the wormhole and send a team beyond it. At first, drones were sent through. The images they transmitted back were surreal. Floating cities suspended in midair, skies lit with colors unseen on Earth, and towering figures moving gracefully across landscapes built of light. Humanity now knew there was indeed another world beyond. The next step was dangerous: sending humans. Dr. Zain and Dr. Emma, being the leading experts, were chosen as mission leaders. Along with 5 specialists, they were equipped with protective suits and advanced scanners. On the day of the mission, the wormhole glowed like liquid fire. Hearts pounding, they stepped through, their bodies dissolving into energy before reforming on the other side. What they saw left them breathless. They stood in a city that seemed alive. Buildings grown from crystals, pathways made of flowing energy, skies filled with floating islands. Strange creatures with translucent skin moved silently, their eyes glowing with intelligence. For the first time, humans were walking in an alien civilization far older and far more advanced than their own. The aliens revealed the truth. They had deliberately released the virus on Earth as a trial. The goal was not destruction, but observation. They wanted to see if humanity could unite in crisis, share resources, and show compassion. Some nations did, but many turned selfish, hoarding vaccines, spreading fear, and dividing themselves further. "We measured your kindness, your cruelty, your strength," the alien leader said. "What you became in crisis revealed who you are." Dr. Emma, horrified, asked, "Why test us this way?" "Millions of lives were lost," the alien replied calmly. "Every advanced species must endure trials that push them to the edge of extinction. It is the only way to evolve. Those who give up perish. Those who rise survive." Though cruel, the logic was undeniable. Humanity's darkest days had been observed by eyes beyond Earth. As proof of reward, the aliens presented a crystal unlike anything seen before. It glowed softly, radiating pure energy. "This crystal contains limitless power," the alien said. "Enough to fuel your world for centuries. With it, you can end war, hunger, and despair." But his tone darkened. "If you use this power selfishly, if you turn it into a weapon, then your world will burn." The warning echoed like thunder in their minds. Emma and Zain accepted the crystal, feeling its energy hum through their hands. Moments later, the wormhole reopened, pulling them back. They returned to Earth with a treasure capable of transforming civilization. But instead of hope, they found danger waiting. The moment governments saw the crystal, greed lit their eyes. Rival nations demanded control. Secret agents plotted to steal it. Humanity was once again at war, this time not with a virus, but with itself. Dr. Zain understood the threat. If the crystal fell into the wrong hands, it could destroy the world faster than any disease. He proposed hiding it until humanity matured. Emma agreed, though reluctantly. Together, they smuggled the crystal away from government custody. Under cover of night, they sealed it within a hidden chamber and encrypted its location in a coded diary only they could unlock. "Someday," Zain said, "humanity will be ready. When they learn unity over greed, compassion over power, then this crystal can be revealed. Until then, it must remain hidden." It was a heavy burden, but they accepted it. The future of Earth now depended on a secret only 2 people carried. Years passed. The world slowly healed from the pandemic. People returned to their routines, believing corona was simply a tragic disease. Few knew the truth, that it was a cosmic exam. Meanwhile, whispers spread in secret circles. Some scientists reported anomalies, strange energy signals, and encrypted codes on the dark web hinting at the existence of the crystal. Rumors began to grow. Governments tried to suppress these whispers, but they could not stop curiosity. Underground movements formed, groups, who believed the virus was alien and who hunted for the crystal. Some wanted peace, others wanted power. The race for the crystal had begun, and Emma and Zain lived in constant fear that their secret would be uncovered. At night, Zain often dreamt of 2 futures. In one, Earth became a paradise, powered by limitless energy, free of pollution and war. In the other, cities burned. Nations collapsed, and the crystal became a weapon of mass destruction. Both futures felt possible. The alien's warning haunted him daily. "Your world will burn if you misuse this gift." Emma believed the only way forward was truth. "We must tell humanity," she argued. "If they know corona was more than a disease, maybe they'll understand the lesson. Maybe they'll change." But whenever she tried, governments silenced her, labeling her a conspiracy theorist, erasing her research, blocking her voice. The world was not ready for the truth. Still, cracks began to appear. Independent journalists uncovered fragments of classified reports. Hackers leaked portions of Zain's coded diary online, though incomplete. Slowly, the story of the alien test began to spread, half believed and half denied. Humanity stood at a crossroads to dismiss the warnings as fantasy or to prepare for a future greater than they imagined. Meanwhile, secret organizations intensified their search. Some believed the crystal could grant them control over nations. Others thought it could open permanent portals to alien worlds. For them, the crystal was not hope. It was power. They hunted Emma and Zain, determined to break them and uncover the secret. But Emma and Zain remained firm. They knew the crystal was both a blessing and a curse. To protect it, they constantly moved, never staying in one city too long. They lived in shadows, hiding from the very world they had once tried to save. Yet deep inside, they held on to hope. Hope that someday, humanity would prove itself worthy. The pandemic had ended, but the real story had only just begun. Corona was not just a disease. It was the first contact, a test, and a warning. The crystal was proof that humanity had been noticed by powers beyond Earth. Whether that attention would lead to salvation or destruction depended entirely on humanity's choices. And so the crystal remains hidden, waiting. Perhaps decades, perhaps centuries. One day, when humans finally rise above greed, fear, and division, its light will shine again. On that day, the portals will reopen and Earth will step fully into the stars. Until then, Corona remains a memory and a secret key to humanity's destiny.